Welcome back to Section 4, Multiplying Decimals. Here we're going to be multiplying decimals by hand and then using front-end estimation to help us place the decimal. So in A, we have to calculate 7.6 multiplied by 1.9. So to do this, we will just write our numbers out vertically and then multiply like normal. Now, we do not need to line up the decimals like we have been doing with addition and subtraction. So let me write it out like this. And we'll start by multiplying 9 by 6. That is 54. So we write down the 4 and then carry the 5. 9 times 7 is 63, plus the 5 gives me 68. Now I'm just going to cross off the 5 to show that I've already used that. And when we go to multiply by 1 in the next row, you start off by writing out a 0. Now we multiply 1 by 6, which is 6, and then 1 by 7. Now we need to add up what we got. 4 plus 0 is 4. 8 plus 6 is 14. Got to carry the 1. And then 7 plus 6 plus 1 gives me 14. So now we use front-end estimation to determine where to put the decimal. So now if I just look at the whole numbers in the question, I have 7 times 1, which is 7. So I know my answer is going to be around 7. So when I look to see where I'm going to place the decimal, we're placing it here to be 144.4 makes sense, 14.44, 1.444, or so on. Which one of these decimals would be greater than 7 but close to 7? That would be 14.44. Now the next one, we have 4.36 multiplied by 2.5. Now you notice that when I write it out like this, I do not have the decimals lined up. So let's start. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 3 is 15, plus the 3 gives me 18. 5 times 4 is 20, plus the 1 gives me 21. Now to do the next row, I start off with a 0. Now 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 3 is 6, plus the 1 above gives me 7. And then 2 times 4 is 8. So now let me add. 0 plus 0 gives me 0. 8 and 2 is 10. 7, 1 and 1 gives me 9. And then 8 plus 2 is 10. So now where do we put the decimal? Well, if I look at the whole numbers, I have 4 times 2, which is 8. So figure out where can we put the decimal that would be greater than 8, but close to 8. That would be right here, or simply 10.9. So that is another way of multiplying decimals. You can move on to the next video in this lesson.